Listen, my friend. If your entire retirement plan is built around the 4% rule, this video might completely change how you think about your future. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. The 4% rule works for some people, but for many retirees, it quietly fails. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you 5 smarter income strategies that could make your retirement safer, longer, and dramatically less stressful. Stay with me. This could be the most important financial video you watch this year. The problem with the 4% rule. The 4% rule is one of the most famous ideas in retirement planning. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you're counting on it right now. The concept is beautifully simple. You withdraw 4% of your portfolio in your first year of retirement, then adjust that amount every year for inflation, and theoretically, your money should last about 30 years. Clean, simple, comfortable. For decades, people have treated it almost like a law of physics, like gravity or compound interest. But here's the problem. Retirement isn't physics, it's life, and life is messy. Where the 4% rule came from. Back in 1994, a financial advisor named Bill Bingen asked a simple but profound question. How do you spend your retirement savings so your money lasts as long as you do? So he did what any good researcher does. He ran the numbers, lots of numbers. He studied historical market data going back decades. He tested different withdrawal rates, different portfolios, different time periods. And he discovered something remarkable. If you withdraw no more than 4.2% in your first year of retirement and adjust for inflation each year after, there was roughly a 90% chance your portfolio could last 30 years. In some scenarios, even 50 years. It was a breakthrough. Finally, people had something solid to hold on to. A number, a rule, a sense of control. But here's the part most people forget. The flaw most people miss. Bingen's calculations were based on very specific assumptions, and I mean very specific. A tax-deferred portfolio, like a 401k or IRA. A 50-50 stock and bond allocation. A 30-year retirement timeline. Consistent historical market returns. Now change any of those variables, and guess what? The math changes with it. Different portfolio, different timeline, different income needs, different market environment. Suddenly, the 4% rule may not be sustainable at all. In fact, it could lead you straight into financial trouble. And that's precisely why smart retirees today don't rely on one rigid rule. They use flexible strategies. Let me show you 5 of the best ones. Strategy number 1, be realistic about withdrawal rates. First, let's ask the obvious question. Can you actually live on 4% of your portfolio? Some people can, many people can't, and even if you can, is it the safest choice for your future? Recent research suggests something many retirees don't want to hear. You might need to withdraw less, sometimes as low as 3% per year, especially in the critical early years of retirement. Why? Because of something called sequence of return risk. This is when the market crashes early in your retirement, you're still withdrawing money to live on, and your portfolio gets hit twice. Once by market losses, and again by your withdrawals. That double punch can permanently cripple your retirement. It's not just about recovering from a market drop. It's about recovering while you're still taking money out. But here's a smarter way to think about it. Life is unpredictable. Your expenses will fluctuate. One year, you might only need to withdraw 2%. Another year, maybe 5% for a medical emergency or a big family expense. That's okay. Flexible strategies outperform rigid rules every single time. And here's where creativity comes in. If you delay claiming Social Security until age 70, when benefits are at their maximum, you can temporarily rely more heavily on your portfolio in your 60s, then dramatically reduce your withdrawals once that bigger Social Security check kicks in. That flexibility gives you control, not fear. Strategy number 2, maximize Social Security. Social Security is one of the most powerful income tools retirees have, yet it's also one of the most misunderstood and underutilized. Yes, you can claim it at age 62, but if you do, you're only getting about 75% of your full retirement benefit. Your full retirement age is either 66 or 67, depending on when you were born. That's when you get 100% of your benefit. But the maximum benefit doesn't happen until age 70. And here's the shocking part. If you wait until 70, your monthly Social Security check becomes 77% higher than if you claimed at 62. Let me say that again. 77% higher for the rest of your life. That's not a rounding error. That's not a minor adjustment. That's a lifetime income upgrade. For many people, the decision of when to claim Social Security can mean the difference between constant financial stress and long-term comfort, between scraping by and living well. This one decision alone could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Think about that. Strategy number 3, rethink your asset allocation. Remember, Bingham's original research used a 50-50 stock and bond portfolio. But later studies revealed something surprising. Increasing your equity exposure, sometimes up to 75% stocks, often improves both portfolio growth and longevity. Wait, what? More stocks in retirement? Isn't that risky? Here's the counterintuitive truth. People are living longer than ever before. Retirement now commonly lasts 25, 30, even 35 years. That's not a short-term time frame. That's long-term investing territory. Lower stock exposure might feel safer in the moment, but over multiple decades, it can quietly erode your purchasing power and deplete your portfolio faster than you think. Inflation is real. Healthcare costs rise. Bonds alone often can't keep pace. Now, let me be crystal clear. This doesn't mean reckless investing. This doesn't mean putting everything in meme stocks or cryptocurrency. It means thoughtful, strategic positioning for a longer life. It means understanding that retirement isn't the finish line. It's a multi-decade journey that still requires growth. Strategy number 4, use required minimum distributions strategically. Starting at age 73, as of 2023, the IRS requires you to take required minimum distributions, or RMDs, from your tax-deferred accounts. Most people view this as a hassle, a tax burden, something the government forces you to do. But what if I told you RMDs could actually become your withdrawal strategy? Here's why this works. RMDs adjust automatically every single year based on your actual account balance and your remaining life expectancy. That makes them inherently more flexible and realistic than a fixed 4% rule. When your portfolio does well, your RMD goes up. When markets are down, your RMD goes down. It's a built-in adaptive mechanism. And here's the beautiful part. If you don't actually need all the money from your RMD in a given year, you can reinvest it in a taxable brokerage account. The IRS only cares that you paid the taxes. What you do with the money after that, totally up to you. Strategy number 5, actively manage your expenses. Here's something the financial industry doesn't talk about enough. Income strategies don't exist in isolation. Your spending choices matter just as much as your withdrawal rate, maybe more. Where you choose to live, your tax situation, your lifestyle decisions, how you plan for healthcare, the fees you pay on your investments. Over time, even small expenses compound. A 1% investment fee might not sound like much, but over 30 years, it could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Living in a high-tax state versus a low-tax state, that could mean an extra 5% to 10% of your income every single year. Healthcare planning before Medicare kicks in? Absolutely critical. The most successful retirees I've studied don't just focus on their portfolios. They design their entire lives as carefully as they design their investment strategy. Because retirement isn't just about money. It's about building a sustainable, enjoyable, meaningful life. So let's bring this all together. The 4% rule isn't wrong. It's not bad advice. It was groundbreaking research that helped millions of people. It's just incomplete. Retirement is complex. Your life is unique. Your plan should be flexible, personal, and adaptable. The 5 strategies we covered today. Be realistic and flexible about withdrawal rates. Maximize Social Security by delaying when possible. Rethink your asset allocation for longevity. Use RMDs strategically. Actively manage your expenses. These aren't just theoretical concepts, they're practical tools you can use right now. And the more levers you understand, the more control you gain over your future. Not fear, not anxiety, control. If this video helped you see retirement differently, if it gave you new ideas or challenged your assumptions, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button because we're building something special here. Every week, I publish calm, practical, deeply researched strategies that help you retire with confidence instead of fear. No hype, no gimmicks, just real information that actually helps. Your future deserves that clarity. You deserve that peace of mind. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and your money.